What it do, bro?
Right, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Sex
And Politics.
with Dana J.
And the illustrious Vita Loca.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you very much.
I love it.
You know what? Now that I say thank you very much, why did my son tell me he want to go see the Elvis movie? I was like, for what? Elvis, I wanted to get Chuck D on his ass for one second. Like,
you mean the man that stole all of our music and got paid
all our
for
moves
it?
and but only reason he said that, he was like, look like it'd be cool. It looked like it could be pretty cool.
He just wants to see it because it's a movie and it's a lot of commercials. It wasn't nothing deeper than that.
I don't know.
If the commercials got to him.
I guess, but I just did not. He threw me for a loop when he said that.
I'd rather go see Thor.
I do want to see Thor.
Me too. I can't wait.
Yes. He is so sexy.
He is. He is.
I'm too sexy for my stick.
Ooh, wait.
How was your weekend?
Oh, man. It's been a busy couple of... The last 10 days, I'll say, has been very eventful. Ups and downs. So I went... A friend of mine, he buried his 19-year-old daughter that died of brain cancer. She got diagnosed her senior year of school. She had glioblastoma, I think is what it's called. And I think she died in less than a year after having 9 surgeries. So... But the cool thing about it was that J. Cole heard about the situation and flew her out because J. Cole was her favorite rapper. And unbeknownst to her dad, she had been playing cards with J. Cole's dad for the last 5 years because J. Cole's dad lives here.
J. Cole's dad lives in
This is out there, Mr. Cole. I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, and he's a regular at all the little spots. Mm-hmm.
He's a regular at the spots that you go to?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Is he married?
Yes. You know what? We never get that far because we're drinking. And then
you and his dad?
Yeah, well, me, his dad, and then a couple of, but my bar buddies. Yeah. Because I wouldn't have...
Bitch, you ain't ever told me J. Cole's dad live in Duncanville. You know I love older men.
And you know who else I met with my bar buddies, too? Oh my God, I'm so bad right now.
Tell it.
What's that man name? He's all over YouTube. This is horrible.
Okay, that's it. Anyway.
I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now. He's on YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel. He's into politics. Roland Martin. Sorry, Roland.
Oh,
my bad.
Roland Martin, YouTube. Bitch, he's on TV. What is you saying? Like,
no,
TV One.
But he has his own platform and he's making big dollars off YouTube right now.
Oh, really? Roland Martin be out here?
Roland Martin,
doing
yes.
What?
Well, when it was time to vote, he came out here to vote. He shot some of his shows from here because I think he also has a house here either in Cedar Hill, Duncanville, or DeSoto.
Are you serious? So you mean to tell me J. Cole's dad...
Roland Martin.
He's cool, but
we gotta put him in the bag.
I've never even seen what J. Cole's dad is looking like. I'm over here trying to be sexually attracted. Oh my God, that's crazy how us women will be like, and men too. Like, you just hear a name and now you want to have sex with them and you don't even know what they look like.
But like these are my bar buddies. So it's not like. But the good thing about it was though, so her name is Erin. Her dad is Chris. Chris was playing cards with him, whatever they play cards and smoke cigars and stuff. Told him my situation, and then he was like, "I'm J. Cole's dad," just like, and he was telling the story at the funeral, and then J. Cole flew them out. Brought her to the studio, like recorded stuff with her. They had a bunch of pictures. It was just like and she was so touched.
Yeah.
Because she swore J. Cole was her husband.
He's an amazing spirit. Like, I never forget the first time I met J. Cole. I was at the radio station, and this was at the very beginning of his career, and I was sitting in the studio, and with most artists like J. Cole, K. Michelle, with most artists when they first start, they bring them to the radio station because they want, hey, this is J. Cole, this is K. Michelle, this is Nicki Minaj, we just want you to meet them, say hi, and then they'll be like, you could do an interview, but you ain't gotta run it, but just kind of make them feel special. So when J. Cole came in, it was a day that I guess I had a real long night before, and I probably had on last night's clothes and makeup, and so I'm sitting there like just beat beat up. Not beat like yes, but beat like damn.
I gotta be here for a couple hours.
And he comes into the studio just like, hey, my name's Jay. And I was like, oh my God, I look terrible. And I'll never forget, he was like, man, you look beautiful. Don't so tell sweet. Yourself that.
Oh
and this was my first time meeting J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? And he was just
good.
He had the
energy.
Short hair, the good energy, and I think he had like a brown coat on. I don't know, because it was so amazing because, like I said, he wasn't the big J. Cole with the music behind him.
Yeah.
But his energy was so infectious, and I felt it, and he made me feel good.
And that reminds me of how, Chris, Fathead, was talking about this at the funeral. And then, too, whenever I've been at the bar multiple times, and he'll get a phone call, and it's J. Cole calling him.
You talking about J. Cole's dad?
No. I mean, Fathead, the guy whose daughter passed away, Erin. We'll be sitting at the bar drinking, and J. Cole will just call him and say, hey, how's it going? How is she doing? I mean, multiple times. It's just...
Wow, that's phenomenal.
It speaks, volumes to his character. So that happened. I went to that funeral when she was 19. Then on Monday when I got to work, I got a call. Well, not a call, an email. My director's 19-year-old daughter, who's freshman in college, got killed in a car accident over the weekend. And all parents love their kids, right? We all love our kids. But she poured so much into her daughter, did study abroad. Her daughter's been to Europe, been to South, just like trying to get her ready to be successful in life. And she got rear-ended. And I don't know if it's a drunk driver. We don't know that yet.
Where was
she
it
got rear-ended right here in Texas somewhere in like Hearst. Got rear-ended on one of those little highways. With a lot of 2-lane streets out here. And then her and her best friend died instantly in the backseat of the car. So that happened. And then, the father of my kids, our producer, his father came down with... It's cool? Yeah. Was
diagnosed.
Was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. So he started chemo on Monday. It's just like all this stuff. And they just keep... what keeps flashing in my head is just hug your loved ones. Let people know you love them. Spend time with them. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is how you make people feel. Like at the end of above all this shit, above material things. Because you never know when it's someone's last moment, last couple moments. So that's kind of what I've been going through the last couple days just in my head. Like, man.
Yeah, girl, because I remember I saw your Instagram and you was going through it.
Hell yeah.
Because Dana does this segment on my show on Tuesday called Talk About It Tuesday. And so you sent it and there was no correspondence between us. And we normally shoot the podcast on Tuesdays. So I was busy doing whatever. But it wasn't until like Thursday I looked at your Instagram and was like, oh shit, you are going through it. Yeah. And I didn't know that, this was going on. And so I'm reading and I'm like, oh my God.
Because when you care about someone and they're going through someone, and I've known Brandon for over 20 years. We were like friends for 4 years before we actually got together. And I don't know, that was like 2001 or 2002 or something like that. So, I know him. I know his family. I known his
He's your children's father.
Yeah. I remember I met him. His little sister was like 3. She's like 21 now. It's just...
So that's like that's your family member too.
Yes, it's family, So that was just really hard.
Right.
And then to see other people with all these losses. But, you know what? You got to find a way to get through it and stay positive. So when you called me on Friday night, I think it was Friday night you called me. And I was like, well, I'm going to go out and grab a drink. And Vita called me and just poured love into me. And then I was able to pour that into him like that good. I was like, you have all these people out here that love you, that are sending you good vibes for you and your dad and your family, because that's your blood, So that's kind of what I've been going through the last couple days. But still trying to find joy in everything.
Yeah, and still be
joy in everything.
Still be present. Like
absolutely,
you got to still be present in the world. You got to still function. You have to feel your feels, but you also have to.
Love that you said that.
Yeah, but you also have to
figure
out how to get past it and move on, because I don't want to sound crass or anything, but we are all going to be gone. We are all and no one wants to think about anybody that they love being gone. I swear to God.
I do. I don't want you to get burial insurance.
Let me tell you something. You stupid. I used to cry with the thought of losing my mother years ago. Like I would
you guys are so close.
I would never even think about losing my mom because it would make me cry even if I thought about losing my mom. And you know, I'll tell you when I started really thinking about death. And this is kind of going to spill into Roe versus Wade once it comes into connection because I was a coke addict for 20 years of my life, right? Mm-hmm. Probably 23, 4. So when I'm getting high, not all the time, but I just remember a specific time of me getting high and having a real out of body experience. Because I started thinking about death.
And you got caught in that loop. You went down that mental rabbit hole.
Okay, so this is crazy. When I was very young, I had this thing about the Bible. Don't know why, but I did not cut for the Bible. Okay. So my mother would have the Bible in our nightstand, right? Mm-hmm. And I am not a demon, but I repeat, I am not a demon
right here,
but
she's not.
I was not feeling the Bible. Right?
Well, there's so many reasons for that, though.
But I'm small. I'm a kid. I don't have reasons for it yet.
You didn't know the historical.
I didn't know the historical. Nothing of it. Nothing of it. It just was not giving me
good
energy vibes that I don't know, because I was masturbating. I was a bad kid, and I thought the Bible was watching me. Like I'm like, I don't know. But I just had this thing, and then I'll never forget. I tried to read the Bible, and I wasn't feeling it. Right? Okay, I'm sorry for you Bible lovers. We're in the Bible Belt. That I'm not a demon.
She finna get fucked up as soon as she walk out this door.
But there was something going on with the Bible, right? For me, can't explain it. I don't know. But I only say that. Damn, you didn't fucking laugh me to forget what the fuck I was talking about.
The Bible and you not feeling it, and then we're gonna get into Roe versus Wade.
Okay, but no, I wanted to say because about death. So during my drug addiction years, I decided to start thinking about death. Here's how I decided to start thinking about death. Can't none of you motherfuckers tell me about death.
Not near one.
Nobody living. Nobody living. I don't give a fuck how many people you got in your church. I don't give a fuck if you thought you died and you came back. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. If you are still here,
you don't know.
You cannot tell me about death. So I felt like I had to develop a relationship. I had to just think.
With death?
With life.
Okay. I love how she did that. Look at that.
Life.
That's a power pose.
Not
Look
being
at you in your power pose.
To think. Not erasing what everybody taught me. We're erasing what everybody said. Taking what everybody said to me out. To everything I heard about
all that programming.
All that heaven. All that hell, I decided to erase it. To me, I was like, ain't no heaven, ain't no hell. Whatever anyone has told me means nothing to me. I believe that my relationship with what I'm thinking right now has got to be based solely upon energy, solely upon my thoughts, solely upon how I feel. That's just what I felt. That's just how I felt about it. There's no thing that nobody can
right
tell
or
me
wrong
anything.
with that.
No one can tell me anything
no
about
right
it.
About
That's
that.
how I decided to deal with death myself. Mm-hmm. And in doing this, and yes, I was high. So what? But when I was sober, I faked my baptism. How about that?
Did you high.
Bitch, did I? So when I got clean, one of the first times I got clean, because after I went to rehab, I haven't did coke in 7 years.
And I love when she says that.
But so I left DC because my mother found out I was doing coke the way I was doing coke.
Mm-hmm.
I was a.
How did your mom find out? Not to throw us off the beaten path, but how did she know that you were
my coworker?
In it so deep?
One of my coworkers, I love her to death. Her name was Lois Beverly, and she was our elder in the salon. And bitch, I was doing hair and my nose was running with blood. You know what I'm saying? I would be doing hair and blood would be coming out my nose. I would go to the bathroom, snort coke, come back.
Oh, so you was really about that
Oh
life.
yeah, I was about that life.
Full-fledged at it.
Yeah. So my coworker, I love her to death. I love her to life. I'm sorry. She called my mom, and the crazy thing was, I was living with my dad, but my dad, he didn't want to see it
because he loves you so much.
He didn't want to see it, but my mama, she did not see it, and it wasn't until she heard that my mom called me, and my mom was like, "Well, you got to move. You got to move with me or you got to move with your brother. So you need to pick. You're either going to Texas or you're either going to Massachusetts." And I was like, "Oh, hell no. Fuck Massachusetts."
What part of Massachusetts, by the way?
Springfield. But still, I would be in Massachusetts. It's cold in the fucking winter, snow up to your
Who wants to deal with that? I don't even like the snow here.
And then it wasn't progressive. Dallas was progressive. So anywho, I moved here. But
and we are better for it, by the way.
I'm better, way better for it. But it's just that I developed a relationship, and I used to think like this, like Jehovah's Witness that would knock on your door, right? And they would say, "Well, I want to tell you what God told me," right? That's what their thing. When we want to show you, we tell you what God told us.
Okay, let's read.
Bitch, let God tell me. Okay? No, for real. Who are you? Who are you that God just rained down on your ass and told you
to come tell me?
No, let God tell me, because I'm searching. I'm asking. So God's gonna tell me something because I'm asking. I'm opening for it. So yes, I developed a thing about the Bible. Now, mind you, I don't disrespect the Bible. I don't have anything bad about the Bible. But here's my thing. I believe that a man wrote it.
Who is King James?
I don't know.
That's what
I know. King James LeBron.
We was talking about LeBron's airline a little while ago.
You can't even, Dana, if I whisper something into your ear right now and you whispered it into Brandon's ear and we told him to whisper it into 5 other people's ear,
by the time it gets to the 6th person,
it's not going to be the same thing. But you expect me, and I don't care how you feel about my feelings. You can be mad at me if you want to, because I'm not into the Bible like you into the Bible, and every word is bond and you believe every word because that came from some people that you didn't
Coast where the word is born. I mean, so for me too, the Bible is very convoluted because I always think that is the same book that was used to enslave us when we came to the Americas, and we had our own ancestral spirituality before we arrived to these shores. So for me, it's funny that you say that, and not funny in a ha-ha way, but I've been the same way since I've been in high school. I've always had an activist mindset and an activist personality, and I question everything. So if you believe in the Bible,
that's fine.
Kudos
your choice. Roe versus Wade.
It's a great book. What I say? Mind your own uterus. Like, mind your own business. If that's what you're into, cool. We could talk about it, have a great conversation. I believe, and I also think the Bible has some really good parables. It has some really good nuggets of wisdom.
So does the Cracker Jack box. When you get that thing at the end, or and you read and you be
my mom used to say that the Cracker Jack box. She say, where these people learn them thing from the Cracker Jack box? That's what you tell me. Oh my God, yes. But you know what? To each his or her own. However it comes to you, it comes to you. But I just have a different way of viewing the Bible, and I think that you do too.
I think the Bible is
it's a great book.
A place of good feeling, a place to make me feel good, a place to give me some guidance, a place to, keep my heart warm and fuzzy.
And I don't know. Good parables, like I always say, like I use it a lot. So I do this thing where I bless my house, right? So I get incense and myrrh, and I get a cast iron bowl, and I pray over my house, and I light that thing on fire with some little charcoal, and I may use like something out of the Bible for prayer, but again, I always say, how did that Bible arrive to us? Who wrote it?
It's a big deal.
What are the foundations of that Bible, and why did it come to you in the form that it came in? Were there any additional books? I'll go down that rabbit hole.
It's in a building. And someone had to plug in an electrical socket for the words to get to the paper. A tree had to be cut down for the ink to be on the paper. There are so many things that had to happen, and there's so many things that could have happened. You know, like who wrote this thing for what reason? I get it. You know, like, and I'm sorry, I kind of use fuzzy and warm for the Bible. The Bible is a good source of guidance when you're looking to do good and you need to feel good.
And everybody has their own path.
It's a very good source of guidance, but also religion, in my opinion, was made to manipulate. Religion, in my opinion, was made to manipulate.
I mean, there's a difference between religion and spirituality, right?
Yeah, because religion, when you talk Christianity, you talk Judaism, you talk Muslim, you talk Buddhism. There's so many different religions that adhere to different faith, different thinkings, different this.
Yes.
And so you mean to tell me who's right?
And then this is what I always say too. People follow the religion they were born into, right? So one thing about my mom that I loved when I was little, like I've been to Kingdom Hall, I've been to a mosque, I've been to temple. Like my mom would say, explore. We would go to all, like, okay, what are we doing today? Like, I've worn a hijab, I've been covered from head to toe, I've taken my son to temple, like just different things. Because how can you tell me that you're a true believer? You've never questioned your faith. You've never been to any other kind of worship service. Like, stop. But you know what? That's just me. So that's how I think. Like the way that you prove that you're a true believer in whatever it is, right? Whether it's a cause, if it's a religion, it is by challenging that thought process and exposing yourself to different thought processes, right? The thought processes like me. I'm black. I won't say I enjoy talking to white supremacists, but what I like to do is I like to hear their viewpoint because I already know it's trash. But I just want to hear these words come out your mouth to expose me to your thought process so I know what my next steps need to be in order to help me and my people.
There's a really cool story, right? Tony Robbins, I love him. I read the story on one of his page, but I heard it before. I think this man name is Charles, if I'm not mistaken, whatever. I'm just going to say Charles. He's a pianist, right? And he was performing at a dive somewhere, and he's an excellent pianist. And this white man is a black guy. And this white man was just really taken away by him, right? So the white man was like, man, where did you learn to play like that, right? Like, you come down here and you sound like Mozart. You sound like Beethoven.
And you're in a dive bar.
And so they get to talking, and the white guy says to him, this is a true story. The white guy says to him, you're the first black person I ever spoke to. And that's Charlie. That's Charlie, because Charlie's like, what the fuck? How the fuck? And you know what he says to him? I'm a member of the Ku Klux Klan. And he shows him
his membership card. They got me.
So, but instead of backing off and saying, you know, oh hell
I
no,
fuck with you,
Charlie fucked with him.
Had the emotional bandwidth.
They developed a relationship, and this man left the Ku Klux Klan.
That's how I know that there is a multi-creator.
So they're, you know, sometimes people only do what they've been taught to do, and what they know to do. And when you know more, you have an opportunity.
When you know better, you do better, right?
But not necessarily. Not when you know better, you do better. Because I tell my son to stop vaping every motherfucking day.
Well, he's not there yet.
And we watch the videos.
It's not
when you know better, you do better. You have the opportunity to do better
when you make the choice.
But when you choose,
when you make the choice,
when you choose to do better,
when you make the choice. And that's why I say about me and you, I feel like we are cut from a different cloth because we have the emotional bandwidth to deal with people that are dramatically different from us. Like I've literally I talk to Trump supporters all the time. So I'm a big Beto O'Rourke supporter. Whenever he's here, I go to his events.
She canvasses. This bitch knocks on doors.
You know how hot it was this weekend? It was about 108 degrees. I just want to let you know. And not only did I canvass for Beto O'Rourke, I also canvassed for local candidates too. Like there was a candidate in my area for the school board. I went door to door for her. And then there's a DA, Tiffany Burks, who's in Tarrant County. I can't wait to work for her because fast forwarding to this whole abortion
Can we get her
ban.
on the show?
Absolutely. She's been wanting to come on the show.
Really?
I could absolutely get Tiffany Burks here because she's running for district attorney in Tarrant County, right? That's the county that's adjacent to where we are in Dallas. In urban, because of the Roe versus Wade being overturned, district attorneys in the state of Texas have decided that they will not enforce our abortion ban here, which can be life in prison. Right, if you're found assisting anyone with an abortion, there's a $10,000 fine. My neighbor can call the cops on me and say, "Hey, I think she's helping her daughter get abortion."
That civil part is what really was really like,
Yeah, and but our Attorney General Ken Paxton wants to also start enforcing. I didn't even know about.
Are you talking about the one that has charges brought upon?
Oh, he got all kind of charges by the federal government for filing all these fraudulent lawsuits. On behalf of Donald Trump when President Biden became president, but also for like all kind of fraud shit. But Ken Paxton wants to enforce this another civil lawsuit, $100,000 on people if they also assist in abortion. So when I was looking at all these different things, I started looking at who's going to enforce these laws and how are they going to enforce it, right? Not only in the state of Texas, but nationwide. And I saw that Tiffany Burks here in Tarrant County said that if she became district attorney in Tarrant County, she wouldn't enforce that. Also, John Crusoe in Dallas County said he wouldn't enforce that. But then there are also other district attorneys that said, "Oh, hell yeah. Let me find out you helping somebody with an abortion. Your ass is going to jail for life."
Yeah.
And that is what I don't understand. Like, these are the same people that yell freedom, and I say it every other podcast. You yell freedom when the mask mandates came. We could tell you shit about wearing a mask, but you want your hands all up in what I'm doing in my house, in the privacy of my body. The shit don't make sense to me.
Well, you wait till Reba May's daughter comes home pregnant at 12 years old over there in rural Texas, and she can't find a motherfucking abortion clinic. She gonna be real fucking mad that she did not vote for the person that will allow abortions. To me, so you know how people are saying this is bigger than voting, right? Because this is bigger than voting. Because most of the time people associate voting with your president. First of all, presidents don't do shit. Well, Donald Trump did.
I mean,
Donald Trump
got three
Donald Trump
Supreme
is sitting
Court
somewhere with his
justices
dick in his hand right now. I guarantee you. Let's get to the sex side. Donald Trump is sitting somewhere with his penis in his hand. Well, actually, probably a few fingers, because I don't think it's that big. I think it's like just like this, like bow right here. It's because he did this.
Short man.
And I don't even think Donald Trump cares about abortion.
He doesn't, because I bet you he paid off Stormy Daniels. She probably had an abortion.
Probably so. But what he is relishing is the
power.
Fact that look what he did.
The power aspect.
His son tweeted, "Dad, look what you did.
Look what you did." And I'm going to say this, right? So what has just happened with the overturning of Roe versus Wade is safe and legal abortion is now outlawed. Motherfuckers still gonna get abortions. Motherfuckers still gonna be out here fucking. People gonna be going to Mexico or Canada.
No, but what about
wherever.
the poor people that can't
You
take
took
a
the
flight?
words out my mouth. Because
people are going to be punching themselves in the stomach, falling down the stairs. I hope they don't bring hangers back, but people will be harming themselves. The marginalized communities will be harming themselves in order to. I can envision baseball bats to your belly.
You and your husband, all right, baby, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
they
gonna put
will
the
be
X
doing
here.
dumb
Kick me
shit,
in my motherfucking
trying
stomach
to get rid of these.
And I'm gonna say this: what you said disproportionately affects low-income women and women of color, right? And do you know 6 out of 10 women that have abortions already have children and are married? So this is not something that someone is doing frivolously. They can genuinely not afford food, gas, and another fucking kid.
You ever had an abortion?
Have I ever had an abortion? No, I have not had an abortion. I didn't get pregnant the first time until I was 28.
Wow.
I had a lot of complications.
I've had abortions.
But I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I believe that I don't believe everyone should be a mom. I know some crazy ass bitches. I know gang members, killers,
and it's not even that if you're not ready. Because when I had my abortion, I shouldn't have been a mom.
But it doesn't matter why you have an abortion.
When I was ready to be a mom, then I decided to be a mom. But it was my choice.
It's your choice. It's my body, my choice. Yeah. It doesn't matter why someone has an abortion. Like, I don't even care. I'm like donating to organizations. I don't give a fuck why. If that's what you feel you need, that is your body. That's your decision. If I don't want to have an abortion,
as long as you're not aborting some big ass baby, like, you know what I mean, like full term babies.
So, and I had a girlfriend of mine,
like, this is
a fetus, right? And that's a problem because these anti-abortion is what I'm gonna call them. I ain't gonna call them pro-life, because the next conversation is what services are available for all these women that are gonna be having these babies that can't have an abortion.
Nothing.
Right? The state of Texas makes it so hard for you to get any kind of health care, food stamps, cash aid. You want women to fucking unilaterally have these babies because here in Texas and its 13 other states, the trigger laws immediately banned abortion. Right? These women do not have anyone to help them raise these children, right? Who's going to be paying for child care when they got to go back to work after 6 weeks?
Not only that, so here's my thing too. Vaping. Back to vaping. I want to smoke right now. So you saw where the the FDA banned Juul. Did you see that?
Yes, I did see that.
But then did you see, so the FDA banned all sale of Juul vaping products, right?
They had banned a bunch of vaping before.
The federal government, not the federal food, the FDA, Federal Drug Administration. Yeah, I'm talking about the government came back and said, oh no, you can't ban Juul. Juul filed an appeal. And the government said,
oh shit.
Juul filed an appeal. And the government said, okay, no, we're not banning you right now. So the reason why they went after Juul so hard is because you are focusing on our teenagers. You are focusing on
the flavored vapes.
You are focusing on
they're marketing the children.
And you know that this is addictive, and you know that nicotine is addictive. So you are making it so easy for a child to vape in a classroom, vape in the bathroom, vape in the back seat of their mom's car because the shit evaporates in the air.
And it smells like candy.
And so now the FDA was like, ban Juul because you're fucking us up. And then the government, who cares more about the baby that's not even fucking born, who cares more about the baby that's not born than the kids that are here that are getting ready to die because of lung cancer, because of numerous other chemicals and vapes, getting ready to die, getting ready to have their lungs collapse, getting ready to be addicted for years and years and years. You care more about this bullshit ass seed in my belly than you do about my 16-year-old son who is addicted.
I live in a state where healthcare has not been expanded, right? So for someone who has whatever they got going on, say you smoke that vape and you get some kind of sickness, we don't even have healthcare for those people. The state of Texas won't even expand healthcare for people to be able to get additional mental health services, to be able to get additional checkups. So that if you are vaping or doing whatever it is you're doing, you're able to see a fucking doctor to help correct that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand the reasoning behind the choices that are being made.
We're going backwards.
But it's not for me to be, girl.
We're going backwards.
They want this shit to be the 1800s because that's what Justice Alito referenced in this Supreme Court ruling was shit from the 1800s when I was probably still considered 3/5 of a fucking human being.
We're going backwards.
I mean, it's just so. Oh, this is not mine.
We're going backwards, and you know, like AOC.
Yes, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
So AOC said it's not enough to just vote anymore. Now you have to know exactly who you're voting for, who you need to get out. We have to be strategic, right? So I just want to talk to Louisiana You need to vote for Gary Chambers.
Gary Chambers, because I want to blow a spliff with me, brother. I want to give me
not just that.
Not just that, but that's what makes him really cool.
Not just smoking with Gary Chambers.
But he's hardcore. He's a true advocate because he's been to not only school board. I mean, he is out here real advocate style.
Yeah, we need to.
He's
know
a real life.
We need to know who we're going to vote for, what they're going to do, and how they're going to change what we need to be changed. And be progressive and not go backwards. We have a senator named Cornyn in Texas.
Oh my God.
Who was like, well, you know what? We need to revisit segregation after this Roe versus Wade. He was like, we need to revisit segregation because, hey, if we ain't harming nobody, let the whites stay with the whites and the blacks stay with the blacks. That's Plexi, right?
Plexi versus Ferguson,
Plexi,
yeah.
You look it up.
Yeah.
I don't have time to do all that. But basically, he said we need to revisit segregation. Clarence Thomas, he's another white guy that said we need to revisit same-sex marriages.
And we need to revisit contraceptives. Like we can't protect ourselves from getting pregnant. Like I'm just nothing but a fucking vessel for birth.
Clarence Thomas's wife is the one with the penis. She looks like it anyway. And
she's fucking him in the ass with a strap on.
I think that allegedly. And I think that she enjoys seeing black people not like him. I really do.
She probably get out from that.
I really believe that she enjoys the fact that blacks do not like him.
And he enjoys it too.
No, I don't think he enjoys it.
He enjoys it because he's with the shit. If he wasn't with the shit, he wouldn't do the shit.
I think he's in a movie of Get Out.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that bull motherfucking shit. Because he did it from Anita Hill all the way to present day. So fuck that shit. If he didn't get out, well then motherfucker get out.
Okay, no compassion.
I have no compassion. I just feel like
that white woman is brainwashing.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all.
Because she was down with the January 6th insurrection.
Oh my God. I can't even. It's so much shit happening right now. January 6th insurrection, all these hearings, overturning Roe versus Wade.
What's gonna happen?
Gun legislation. John Cornyn, the same motherfucker talking on the side of his neck about Plessy versus Ferguson and the Board of Education. Slick talking to our president, Barack Obama. This is saying
Slick to Barry.
Well, what happened was when he did that retweet, now let's do Plessy versus Ferguson and the Board of Education, it was him responding to President Obama talking about Roe versus Wade.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because President Obama said in his tweet, the Supreme Court overturned 50 years of precedent. And so Senator John Cornyn, there's a lot of analysis of his tweet. But basically, he said some motherfucking bullshit because he should have worded it better.
Let me tell you something. These old white men want to go back to the days. They want to go back to the good old days.
I know because I see him at Saltgrass.
Why wouldn't they want to go back to the good old days? Why wouldn't they?
And you know what? I saw this wonderful snippet on Instagram. And I'm not an Instagrammer. I'm trying to get into social media because Vita's my friend. Right? But the snippet said, when has a white man ever had to have an amendment to the Constitution or had laws enacted for them to have rights? When?
That's why I think it's so
never motherfucking ever.
That's why Biden is not understanding that.
That's why I'm so angry.
We really don't really see what the fuck you're doing, because I think Biden is an old white guy. I'm glad he's in there more than Trump, better than Trump, but he's an old white man that's always had privy to the best situations, and he does not understand that this is how y'all grew up. Y'all never had to become.
Y'all never had no fucking constitutional amendments that for you to be able. Human. Motherfucker, the Crown Act ain't even legal. My homegirl got her son kicked out of school, which is a whole nother conversation, right up the street from here because she wanted him to have braids. Like Texas is we are in the Stone Ages. Like
no,
what
the
did
world.
The United States of America. But I'm just saying, living in California, my son could have his hair however. I could have my hair however. It never blocked me for anything. I can't understand a kindergartner getting kicked out of school because his mom wants him to have braids. Like the Crown, is so much shit happening in this state, and the bad part is that Texas leads the way for so many other states, right? Alabama, Mississippi, Iowa.
Well, that's why we need to get Gary Chambers and others that look like him, and not necessarily look like him, but speak the same language as he does in Senate. We need to overrun the Senate. We need to get more,
absolutely
more, and not Democrats like Manchin. That's what the AOC was talking about. The AOC, I'm sorry, she's like the BIG. She's like the Google. AOC is like the. You know, you go to the Google.
Yes.
Go to the Google.
Are you on the Twitter?
The AOC is the shit. But you know, the fact that she said we have to get strategic, because sometimes these Democrats are not on our side, Manchin. Sometimes these Democrats are only running Democrat because they know your dumb ass votes Democrat and you don't give a fuck what they're doing. You're just voting a party and you're not voting legislation. You know, we have to stop voting parties and vote legislation.
That's why I say I'm policy first. Fuck these political parties, because who's funding them? That's number one. What we also need is we need limits to how much money can be spent in politics, period. But there's this term called RINO, right? Republicans in name only. DINO, Democrats in name only.
That's
right?
Donald Trump. Donald Trump wasn't a Republican.
Fuck that shit. Fuck political parties, right? So here in Texas, we're gerrymandered to shit. We're gerrymandered to where a lot of people feel their vote don't matter. But what we have to do is get strategic about voting for who our governor is, who our attorney general is, who is running the laws that we have to adhere to, right?
And not even that though, Dana. We have to get out of our own states. Like we have to talk to Louisiana. We have to talk to Kentucky. We have to talk to Mississippi. We have to talk to them.
Absolutely
and we have to make sure that they understand that it is imperative that they.
Because what we need right now is to overtake the Senate, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because what we need is a constitutional amendment to where a women having a right to choose and having autonomy over your own body cannot be overturned by the Supreme Court. And what you need is 3/4 of the Senate to approve that. So
no filibusters. We need more people on the Supreme Court. We need more people. We act like the Supreme Court was always this many. No, they expanded the Supreme Court has been expanded,
retracted. It depends on who's in power. This shit is all about
Biden
power.
Is like, oh my God, you know what? Look, I'm not even focusing on Biden. I'm focusing on the next one, because clearly when you see Biden in a teleprompter, you know what's going on.
I don't give a. I mean, okay, so vote for president or whatever.
No, because when we do overrun the Senate, we need a president in there that collectively it can go with the Senate, so we can like we can take over some shit.
We can make some amendments.
We don't just need a Senate. We don't just need a president. We need both.
Well, we need the Senate. We need the House of Representatives. But what the Republicans have done, right, that got us to this point where Roe versus Wade has been overturned, they played a long game.
Yeah.
This shit is this shit is a 50-year game.
They wait that shit out.
And then us as people who do not believe in those I don't even call them conservative, because I feel like all of us are conservative, all of us can be liberal, depending on the issue, right? But these people that wanted to overturn the women's right to choose, they played the long game. And I feel like we are just constantly reactionary.
The publicans have more patience than a bitch with a pen pal in jail.
Hello.
They will wait that hoe out. They will wait that. They have a lot of patience.
Snippets.
A lot of patience. They got a lot of patience.
They have a lot of patience, but then they also have the funds to do the shit they doing, right? They have, the Heritage Foundation. These are the people lining up motherfuckers to get in the Supreme Court, and they gave them a litmus test. Would you overturn Roe versus Wade? It's a lot of shit behind the scenes, and that's why I love politics so much, because it's about power, right? If you into that gang, that's all I'm on. It's nothing more fucking gang
shit.
There's nothing more fucking gang than politics.
I'm ready for the Democrats to gang up, because Republicans.
But they on that bullshit though.
Republicans have an agenda, and they're not afraid to speak about it, and they're not afraid to represent it. Democrats, They just like
we're reactionary, right?
Oh
like
my
Democrats
God.
are
They're
reactionary.
Scared. They're like they're scared of.
They're reactionary, and then when I look at the makeup of our state house here, all these red states and their state houses, if you look at the fucking makeup, it's still majority white men running shit. So we could talk all the game we want. We could say all the things we want to say, but who was still running shit? Talking about reverse racism.
Oh, that's right. Let's
What a
talk
game
about
at
some
sex.
You want to play a game?
No.
Come on, say yes.
Okay, yeah.
So it's time for
Who do you want to smash?
smash or pass.
Because I need some. I
I
need
better not
something.
pick a white man out of here. I better not pick a white
But
man.
if he a white man, let
There's
him
better
be
be
a
all
white man.
black people in this thing
Well, I can't
tonight.
guarantee that, but I went out the other night. Oh my God, I met this white man with a big old beard that only date black women. It was the weirdest thing. But it was great.
How did you know he only dated black women?
Oh my God, because if you see him talking, his swag, you know.
Did he tell you he only dated black women?
He just told me that he's only dated black women his whole life.
Okay. Oh my God.
Who you get?
Sean King.
That's a white man.
Smash or pass. Oh, don't do Sean like that. Don't do Sean like that.
God.
Don't do Sean like
I'm so
that.
interested in your response.
Okay.
But he down.
Well, Sean is married, first of all, so this is just fictional.
So it'll be a threesome.
Yeah. No, bitch. No. This is fictional. Well, Jesse was married too when I said I would let him hit.
Oh, I need to put him in the bag, because boy.
We already had Jesse Jackson in the back.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the other Jesse.
What?
Jesse with the light skin,
Jesse
with the blue eyes.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
Bitch, what he got to do with politics?
He's very active politically.
As soon as she seen that penis, she was like, he's active.
He's active politically.
Okay,
he
so
is.
Sean King, would I let him smash or pass? I'm gonna.
What if he prayed with you and brought out the Bible?
I would be like, get that shit away from me, nigga. Put your dick out, not the Bible. I would let Sean King hit, yeah, because he's
fuckwittable.
because no, I would let him hit because I feel like he does a lot for the community, and I want to do a lot for the community too.
It's community service.
Community service. I feel like fucking Sean King would be community service.
I love it. And it would help him too. I feel like it would.
Yeah.
I feel like he has a lot of
hell
pent-up
yeah.
frustration.
I fuck Sean King. He about to arrest 5 motherfuckers. He gonna go out and find 5 people to be
Oh,
arrested.
fuck.
Oh, what would you get? A white guy?
I got Sarah fucking Palin from Alaska who's trying to be a fucking House of Representatives. Ugh.
Okay, we know that.
Bitch
answer.
ain't finna get shit.
I would.
But you know what I would
Would you
do?
sodomize her?
You just said I would see if she's into S&M.
Would
or
you
is it
I
S&M?
would sodomize her.
I'd punch her the fuck out.
So you'd fist her.
And I'd be like, bend over, anal fisting. What do you
Sarah
know about
would be
it?
walking around shitting everywhere.
Huh, she wouldn't be able to walk when I'm done. She gonna need a fucking diaper in the
so is that
hospital
a
bed.
yes?
And then,
So is that a yes? Sounds like a yes to me, y'all. Come back for another edition of Sex and Politics. You're gonna need to wash that fist. You're gonna need to wash your fist. Ha!
you would
Sanitize that.
smell like shit. Oh, hell nah.
No, that's a yes.
Good night, you guys. I came with your ass. I came with you.
Fist is Sarah Palin. Oh my God.
Cause you want me.